start it again. Just for the sake, so it'll be easier to upload this. Cause, yeah, I could have uploaded a single VOD containing both games, but my problem is... Oh, wait, that was stupid. I just realized that was stupid. Oh, god damn it. Oh, I shouldn't have done this. I made a mistake doing this. Whatever. Now it happened. Right, let me check something. Okay, good. And now we can bye-bye Bonanza. It was nice playing you again. I'll play you again some other time. Nah, well, the latest when you have your next event. But we may play you before that again, cause I still want all of the stuff in that we get through the DLC. Okay. But for now, I really didn't think things through, did I? Because since we already stopped with Bonanza, let me take a small bathroom break and I'll be right back. Okie dokie, I have returned. So, let's get some shiny hunting done. We'll do it for mm, an hour or two, maybe. I have university early in the morning tomorrow. Peh. So sadly, I can't. Oh, yeah, I should not go in there with just those two. So sadly, I can't. What's it called? Do it all the way till 11 or till midnight or whenever. Hopefully, it brings us to the. Yep, it brings us to the same entrance. Phew. Oh, hold on. The cap. I didn't notice that the footage froze. Oops. Don't worry. You didn't miss anything. There we go. So, speaking of university, I had said that I'm worried that it will cut stupidly into my screen time. And, uh, yeah, I'm not entirely sure. The way I set my classes, we should be able to still, with the exception of a Thursday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday, we should still be able to stream normally at 6 p.m. Thursday, I don't know, truth be told. The thing is, I don't have in-person class, luckily, during screen time, but it's exactly from 6 to 8 that I have an online class, and while I will be at home for that, it's still class, so I don't think, I don't know if it will be possible for me to stream during that time as I'd like. And while for the other days I don't have late night classes, so it won't be a problem for me to still stream at 6. I do not know if I might have to. I don't think I'll be able to stream too late, which, okay, it's a bit of a weird thing for me to say, because let's be honest, whether I stream till 11 or whether I stream till 10, I don't. Let's say I stream from 6 to 9 or something like that. That doesn't mean I'll go to sleep at 9 p.m. Hell to the no. I still won't go to bed till at least midnight. Well, we'll just have to see. I can think about it as much as I want, but I suppose I have to test different things that may one or two times result in me being overly exhausted the next day in university, but, well, gotta test stuff to find out. Just theory crafting won't cut it. Either way, this won't be much of a problem if we find that shiny in today's stream. That is really great, you know? thing that I know for sure though is that tomorrow I have morning classes. I'll be back. I should be back. Best case scenario before 2 p.m. You gotta go to university by train, and that's why I don't really know how well it's gonna go. Because, like, trains are unreliable as heck. And yeah, depending on what time I'll return, we may start the stream way earlier tomorrow, cause like if this is the entirety of our Pokemon Legends CA gameplay for the next who knows how many hours, I rather do it as much as possible, you know? Like, we're playing the game normally, I would try to stick to my usual stream schedule, cause like the people that do watch my streams, that's the time they know I'll be live. But since this isn't anything super interesting or something that you can't miss under any circumstances, I think it's okay if I just make sure to stream and do and shine for as long and as often as possible. Cause like I consider doing this the shiny hunt off stream, but even though I did say that yesterday, didn't I? Even though I can capture a video on the Switch, then I still my reaction to the whole thing won't be there, and even better, in case there is someone watching the moment I do catch it, that's even greater, you know, than doing it offline alone. So gotta make sure to do this as often as possible. You know? Absolutely everything gets reloaded the whole time. There are so many spots and so many certain Pokemon that I want to shiny check the whole time, but like, if I were to do this every single time, and in order to not re-reload them, I'd have to walk all over the city on foot without warping. Yeah, I think it's better if we just stick to the Alpha Binacle for the time being. You know, I'm not surprised that we didn't find a shiny, well, especially not surprised that we didn't find a shiny alpha yet, but I'm not even surprised that we haven't found a regular shiny Binacle. What I am surprised about though is that we managed to see all three Binacle be alphas thrice already. Like one of them becoming an alpha, sure, but both of the small Binacle becoming alphas? I didn't think the odds would be so high for that. What surprised me most is that technically it was quadrice. Whoop. Yeah, totally what I meant to do. Technically it was 4 times, considering the third time we saw all of them being alphas. After we reloaded them, it was still, they were all three alphas twice in a row, which is crazy. I don't know why, but for some reason this is oddly relaxing. You know, it is a bit strange. It feels a bit strange that no one's here. It feels unusual after someone was always around the last few days, but I suppose it is the middle of the week, so makes sense. Well, middle of the week, it's Tuesday, but you know what I mean. It's not weekend or something like that. And depending on where people are, just like for me, their break may be over. So, yeah, checks out, honestly, checks out. Besides, maybe it's also due to the fact that I started with Bonanza, and maybe that doesn't bring in as many people as Pokemon does, considering Pokemon is brand new and Bonanza is already 3 months at this point. God. Swiping through my notifications in the black screen, and I accidentally swiped them away, so now I gotta start all over again. And now Twitter won't do what I wanted to. Fine, guess not. Oh, and by the by, I just remembered I really gotta express my thanks. I should probably do that on instant Twitter as well, my friends too. But let me express my thanks cause uh, my introduction video, my channel trailer, truth be told, it made quite the impression. Like, kinda shocking, honestly, that it made in less time got more attention than my art stuff on other socials in ever. Like, what is it? I think 13 likes and now on 10 subscribers, which is awesome. And yeah, I had originally planned to post it as a comic on as a video on all my socials on the same day. However, the thing is, I want to use it as a channel trailer here for Twitch, but I'm not allowed to, which I think is stupid because channel trailers are so people who arrive at your channel for the very first time, so you can immediately grab their attention and show them what it is you do so they decide to stick around. But I'm not allowed to upload a channel trailer until I reach a billion, which I think is stupid because that would be such a good help to reach more people, but it's like a game wanting you to complete a fighting tutorial, and only then, after you complete the tutorial, you unlock the attack option. So you have to win the fighting tutorial without attacking in the first place, and then, like, the tutorial in question teaches you this is how you attack and stuff like this, but you won't actually be able to complete it, to do it until after you complete it, which makes it kind of pointless, if you ask me. And that's how I see it. Like, let's take Breath of the Wild as an example. Let's say there was, on the Great Plateau, in order to beat the Great Plateau, there was a place or a moment or whatever that requires you to use the paraglider in order to reach one of the shrines. And yes, obviously this is Breath of the Wild we're talking about. Well, the intended / normal solution would be the paraglider. You can obviously find other ways to close the gap or whatever. But obviously you only get the paraglider after you complete all 4 shrines. So yeah, get the paraglider at the end. So imagine if one of the 4 shrines was in a location that you normally would need the paraglider to access. So you have to painfully and super slowly make your way over there. And as a reward, you get the actual intended way. I can think of any more examples. Those 2 are the only ones I had. computer screwed? Nothing is loading anymore. Okay, other question. Am I still online? Am I still streaming? Yes, I am. Huh. Up, now it's working again. Weird. Oh, what am I seeing there? The global launch times for Sonic Rumble. I've been waiting for that game for quite a while. Let me... I'll check the App Store for Sonic Rumble later. Depending on how much of a pain it is or not, so to set it up, we might stream Sonic Rumble on launch day. That'd be pretty fun. Oh, now that I think about it, released on November 5th. Just a day later is Age of Imprisonment. Well, and trust me, I'm extremely hyped about that game. And I am considering to stream it, but I'm already saying it, if I stream it, it won't be blind or anything. Because that is something, Age of Imprisonment, just like Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, and Age of Calamity, that is something, well, especially Age of Calamity since it had a two-player mode, that is something between my brother and I. And yeah, technically I could just have a two-player stream of it, but it's not a surprise because we're both nervous, me being nervous about someone else being on the stream, and my brother apparently not being a huge fan of being on my streams in general. So yeah, no. This something we'll play privately first. And then I'll stream it. Yeah, I won't have any surprise effects on camera anymore, but I don't think that's a bad thing. It doesn't need to be there for everything. The surprise effect, I mean by that. My sentences are structured a bit weird, sorry for that. Damn, 5 in a row. I should sometimes at least every now and then, maybe every 20 or so reloads, if I remember. I should probably also look over to Baneri, cause that's a bit far away. I don't think here is Sparta. But for real, you know what? Let me check something that I said. Absolute win? Okay, absolute wins. Pokemon that are either originating in the Kalos stacks, meaning everything from Chespin to Volcania, and also Pokemon who Mega Evolve. Patrat and Badoo. Absolute win. Patrat, Atkinson, Spinnerack. What's area 5? Wait, seriously, where's... Oh. Absolute win. Absolute win, we already established that. This is what motivated me to do this. Hippopotas, Vanillite, Roselia. Crocodile, and Machop. And no, I didn't say the wrong Pokemon. I'm just naming one Pokemon from the evolution line, whichever comes to mind first. Absolute win. Arbok, Patrat. Yeah. Stunfisk. Santa Bird, Machop, and Ice Cream. I just say whatever comes to mind first. Absolute win. Emolga. Absolute win. Which is only 60. Absolute win. I think if that really is Florges. Absolute win. And that's all we have. We don't have area 18 yet, which sucks because Raupi, Chespin, you know 18 is gonna have my baby. But no, I just don't have that area yet. Did I just imagine Legend Hacker or did I hear Alpha Magical? You know, I wouldn't have needed to cut the recording in two if I had named the stream Emerald Rush and Shiny Hand from the get-go. But I didn't know that we would do Emerald Rush so quickly and that we would get to Shiny Hunting. I thought we'd only do Emerald Rush for about 3 hours. And I suppose, honestly, I was considering it because it's not like if we had first tried it, for example, obviously we would have done it longer. It's not like 3 tries. It took us nearly 2 hours to do that. So I was considering ending stream there. I very well could have done so. However, it's not like I felt like the stream was too short. Definitely not. I just want a shiny hunt, you know? It's getting dark again. I really hope we'll get a shiny alpha. Well, I did say a regular shiny face wouldn't bother me too much. Truth be told, it will. Face in general would bother me. Interesting. I suppose I can't scroll too far down my notification from Twitter because they just stopped loading, even though on my old phone they could go much farther. Is it because my old phone still has Twitter, which I never updated it. From the first time it became X, I never updated it. It's still Twitter on my phone, which because of that reason, a lot of things don't work there anymore. Like, a lot of things are a bit buggy, like images, videos, anything won't load until I click on the tweet itself, and I can't see quote retweets anymore. And I still have access to removed functions that, however, don't work anymore. I can tap on them, but it's an error. It just results in an error. But hey, that's on my old phone. Yeah, I still use my old phone. I dual wield my phone, so to say. So, I don't see why I should update it on the old phone. I think A nice sign of time if it remains Twitter on that phone. I mean, oh, come on. You know what? Do it. I want to get rid of the There we go. Now they quite literally can't bother us for a while. Did it just respawn immediately? Well, it's still one further away, so won't be able to see us, so it is a fine. You know, now that I think about it, because of Magalore, what? Is there a female term for overlord? Like a female overlord, does it have its own term, like master, mistress, king, queen? Is there... And I know ruler, for example, also doesn't have its own term. Then again, ruler is a neutral term to begin with. But is there one for overlord? Or is overlord also considered neutral? Hmm. They respawned way quicker than I thought. I suppose it is based on reloads and not on actual time. But yeah, still didn't expect them to come back and bother me this much. Wait, I think I know why my old phone can scroll further down. Because since images don't load, the pose take less space. Like on my old phone, let's say about 2 posts take the same space. Only one post takes on my tablet, on my new phone, which is why it can, let's say they can all scroll down 10 meters. I know this is a weird way to say and measure it, but the old one, because the posts themselves are smaller due to the images not loading in, those 10 meters can fill, damn, third time, fourth or fifth. It happened again. Can fill, those 10 meters can fill more posts than on the new phone. You get what I mean? The space stays the same. However, the size of what you fill the space with is different. Damn, I'm all the way down to the 16th October. I'm really dragging the time change. Yeah, okay. Suppose it had to happen sooner or later. But damn, I dragged it out for a while. Technically, I guess, since shinies don't respawn, since this would be our newest shiny once it does appear, I guess we could also just keep traveling like this a bunch of times and then check, which actually makes it much faster now that I think about it. So yeah, let's not do that for a bit. If the shiny spawns, it will be the newest shiny, so even if that whole 10 shinies on the map thing happens, this one won't get deleted. So let's do that for the next 3 minutes until 5 to 9. Okay, not too much plus button spamming. No. Too many buttons. My brain is malfunctioning sometimes, you can tell. I'm really in the flow of doing this. Ooh. When did how did, I looked away for just a second. What the heck happened? Yeah, that was so normal. I did this so unconsciously, I wasn't even paying attention. Did I just go too far that one time? Lol. Oops. Right, now the first one. Okay. Back to our regular method. It's a bit more engaging gameplay. Just Okay, guess I won't bother defeating them. Definitely rolled on purpose to seem cool. Didn't misclick when trying to sprint. All three again. This seems to be a trend, doesn't it? Oh, come on already with that sound hour. Just warping the whole time might be worth it just so I don't have to deal with sound hour anymore. Let's do it for a solid minute. I don't understand how setting him right on top of the warp. Such a... Okay, I think we've gone a bit over a minute, so let's see what we got. kick me off. No? Never think about it. Of course. It had to be Houndour that we found as a shiny first thing during this hunt. Yeah, we also got Magikarp, but of course Houndour had to be the first, you know? Just a show of how nice. It's not an alpha, but I told you I would be able to recognize it. So, am I this easily giving up on the alpha shiny that I wanted? Oh my... Nah, it's shiny. Like, okay, lighting is being weird. This is such a good shiny! That makes sense. That's a pretty good input. Norm can check anything. Look at the size. Now I want the alpha. God damn it. let me think. Let me save first and foremost. Okay, so thinking time. It took us another hour to get this shiny, so like how long have we been shiny hunting in total, you know? 2 hours in we got magic card. 3 hours in we got Hound Hour. How long was yesterday's stream? It was 4.5 hours, which means now 3.5 hours have passed because like we did it 2 days ago. We did it for an hour, which is 1 hour total. Then yesterday's stream, 1 hour into the stream, aka 2 hours total, we got magic card. 2 hours into the stream, aka 3 total, we got shiny Hound Hour. The next 2.5 hours you didn't get anything. And now we've been doing this for an hour, which means 3.5 more hours, which means 6.5 hours in, we faced again with non-alpha shiny Binacle. The question is, do I want to yes, I do. I absolutely do want to continue, is the problem. Is that stupid though? That is also a very clear yes. Oh, that's obviously. Wait, let me go to the screenshot so the cross isn't in the way. Let me take this as a thumbnail, cause man, this is exactly what I said. I didn't think this would put me through such a mental hurdle. Yeah, I want to continue that shiny hunt. I know I want to. I am that kind of an idiot. Which means, in other words, I don't know. On one hand, I want to continue right now. On the other hand, I want to stop and eat dinner and continue the stream tomorrow, continue the hunt tomorrow. Let's continue until it's day again. Oh, wait, I didn't warp. I just ran out. So now, at least for a while, it should be 1 Binacle less. Let's see, 1. Now I want to know how many reloads it's going to take for it to spawn. 2. now I don't have to take double takes, because now I already knew what Shiny Binacle looks like, but now that I've seen what it looks like in this game specifically, I'll be able to tell easier. I forgot what buses are 5th or 6th. Eh, I'll be able to tell when I watch the VOD. How many respawns, how many reloads it takes to respawn. So since we are specifically hunting for shiny Alpha Binacle, this is our 3rd game. And come on, let this be the final place, because 4 is my favorite number, so our first time being actually the one I was looking for. Come on, come on. I believe in fate, so gotta be this, right? Ooh. We'll keep going for just a little while longer, until I get absolutely bored of it. I just hope we don't find a second non-alpha shiny Binacle before the alpha shiny. Oh, and look at it. There's shadows, shadowy here. I gotta. Yeah, we don't have good light. Oh, it's brighter. It's brighter. I think Binacle has an amazing shiny. Its Mega Evolution is... Binacle is super... I like Binacle as a Pokemon. Barbaracle, I think, looks super cool. Their shinies are absolutely amazing. And... Mega Barbaracle looks interesting. I gotta get it. I gotta look at it again, honestly. There. Yeah, I try to imagine the orange as pink and the black as green, because yeah, I knew it was a bit off because Barbaracle is brown, not black. Because it was the whole black thing that was bothering me a bit. They got way more arms, like from 2 to... Okay, wait, do its feet also have eyes? I can't see that. Let's just say 5. Let's just assume the... Can't tell. Are those eyes that are closed, or didn't have eyes on those hands? Does it still only have the same eyes it did before? Can't tell. Is that an eye down there? I legit can't tell. Whatever, because of the black, that's why it looked weird. Now I understand. I didn't get the fact that it turned the brown into black before. Because I think it's a bit too intensely dark that way. But if it is a nice dark green, I hope it's not black again, or else oop, we will have wasted a lot of time. If that happens, I'm still taking it on the green out of principle. It seems like catching Pokemon is a way better way to unload them than just defeating them. Because this little guy that we have in our party still has respawn, which I think is interesting. Oh, the Mega Stones respawn. The Mega Crystal? I forgot what they are called. Oh, found on this one. No, something I really feel is that we should find Shiny Alpha Hound Tower before we find Shiny Alpha Binacle. Seriously, doesn't it respawn? That's interesting. Because I seriously just might catch all the Pokemon here. Which, yes, decreases the overall shiny odds, but increases the shiny pinnacle odds, in theory, you know? Oh, it's back. That took a lot. That seriously took a lot. So catching Pokemon despawns them for a lot of time. Defeating them doesn't. Defeating them, they'll return again very quickly. I'm learning things. I like the little tiny guy that we got. That's the thing. It's the little guy. No, just thinking about it, I've become, honestly, I've become a bit annoying in the last year. Because when I take me from high school, for example, which you can't because I wasn't streaming back then, so I'll explain. I was extremely, like, if I want to go and talk with someone or ask a teacher something and someone else spoke over me, interrupted me, I just dropped it completely, didn't even try again. There are a lot of things that I never said at all. It's not like, oh yeah, I then said it at a later time, hours later, days later. No, there are so many things that because I got interrupted, I never said. And I would, because it's the smarter thing to do or the most logical thing to do or whatever, I would extremely often, like, it was so super rare for me to pick the less optimal choice because it's something I wanted. If what I wanted was an inconvenience or a bad decision or whatever, I would just drop it. I would just suppress my wish. And but it's like ever since I cracked, ever since I realized I'm trans, when I realized it still took me a lot of time, like a lot of time. It took me over a year to finally accept it. And oh boy, my aunt had said it as well before I came out to her. After I accepted it myself, and after I came out to her, like, damn, me questioning is almost a third anniversary now. Like, I have it down to a date because I'll explain that story more on that day. Not that I know the date, but I don't know what day it is. It's a Tuesday this year, okay. Oh, that's a Tuesday we can say normally. Yeah, long story short, that day, for multiple reasons, multiple bad reasons, is ingrained in my brain, even after 3 years. So, yeah, those first few months, when I was cursing myself, I was very snappy there, very on edge, very trigger happy. But ever since last year, April 2024, or May 2024, I don't. See, that's why I write all the dates down. I can't remember them by heart, like I suppose. But I write them all down. I have an entire list with every single, I call them transniversary. What is a transniversary? It's every single thing that I view as something major or something noteworthy in that journey for me. And yeah, ever since I accepted it, ever since I wasn't in denial or fighting it or questioning it or whatever anymore, I started changing for the better. Not physically, sadly. Well, yes, physically too, but those are the smallest and least noticeable steps to take, sadly. But yeah, my mentality started changing a lot. To the point where, yes, on the upside, I am the quota of how happy, unhappy, or indifferent I am. Those three, let's just take those three as the base emotions or whatever. How much is each of them has changed. Indifferent and happy are a larger percentage than they were before, which is a good thing. When unhappiness is what takes over, it's just as strong as before. Well, it happens less often. It doesn't mean it's gotten better, sadly. But that's not what I'm talking about here. Like, my mood improved, and what also changed is my mindset regarding a lot of things, but one of those things is regarding my own wishes and feelings, that I pay much stronger attention to them, which obviously, very obviously, is a good thing, like a very good thing. However, it very often gets to a point where I do less favorable decisions just because it's what'll make me happier. Like this, for example, right now. Okay, this has very little consequence. Well, but yes, I did get a shiny Binacle. It's not an alpha how I want it, but the smarter thing to do is to say, it's a shiny Binacle, that's good enough, and take that and continue with the game normally. However, no, I feel like that's Okay, how I react to it and how often I do it is still something that it's still debatable whether that's good or not. But what I do is something that I very strongly recommend. I listen or like I pay very close attention to the feeling in my heart, like mm, the thought of thinking that I'll just stick with the regular shiny Binacle and not continue going for the Alpha. It's my heart thinking about it. My heart feels weird in that I know that feeling well. It's hard to describe, but it's a not sad per se, but definitely non a non-happy feeling. So I know that oh damn, triple alpha again. That even though it'd be smarter to stop, I know I quite literally feel it in myself that deep down I want that alpha shiny. So hunting for it until I get it. Problem is that often happens with okay, that was a bad combination of things happening at once. That on one hand I started treating myself more way better, but also on bad decisions, paired with the fact that until late, honestly, I don't think it. How long has it been? I think it was at the start of this year, around March or anything, that I finally got access to my bank account. Like, I had a children's account where I could put money in all those years. Yes, I'm a university student, but even then I only had an account where that I could only put money in, but that was it. Now I have an actual regular account. So those two things paired together that whenever I wanted, like for years, like literally my whole life till this year, when I wanted something online, when I wanted something that I couldn't just go and buy it in a store myself, like pre-ordering games, for example. Which, yes, I know I can pre-order games from stores. Don't, um, or like, but it's a bit different. Okay, no, a different example. I'm confusing myself with this one. Or like an Android or a plushie or some sort of merch that ships from Japan or wherever and has to be imported, I'd have to rely and have to ask others to buy it for me. And yes, when I was a kid, it was one thing, but it being like this, as in recent years as an adult, what is a bit weird? It's a bit embarrassing, makes me feel bad. Like, it doesn't feel good having to ask others like this. So, the fact that I could finally buy my own stuff, paired with the fact that I also just started treating myself better and acting on my impulses that make me happy, even if they are bad decisions in the long run, resulted in me spending, well, luckily, after years and years of saving up not even a small percentage, but still a considerably huge amount in this single year. So yeah, I indulged myself, if not a bit, way too much. Because I went with the logic that that is something that I want. And by the way, that's why I hate limited items or exclusive items and stuff like that. Because why would you make something that only exists, that can only be purchased for a short time? Just make those products normally. I think that's it. And that's why a lot of things that I wanted, a lot of impulses that I felt, all were like all the Kirby Nendoroids. I purchased 6 Kirby Nendoroids that I didn't have yet within a week because, well, Nendoroids are hard to come by. And those Nendoroids are the only example that I'm willing to share. Okay, Ponichi, it's a convention. That was also a considerable amount. Then again, that was online, that was in person, that was how the heck war what the heck is it in English? Wait, let me check that. In cash, okay. I didn't know cash the term for that. I thought cash is an overall term for money. So yeah, that was all a bit different since that was money that I had on person for the sole purpose of spending. It wasn't the money that I was saving up on my account, but yeah, I went a bit overboard here. Which, though, on another note, is what also taught me, what also made me realize that I shouldn't be doing this, and I should hold myself back with the things that I want and the things that I purchase, just because I know it will make me sad if I don't get it. The change in my behavior is both good and bad. It's not different aspects that I change. One and the same change it can be viewed in different light, I guess. But yeah, that's childish, fulfill my wishes, fulfill my urges, impulses also. What is keeping me shining right now? And I guess also what is keeping me screaming. But oh, we are not going down that rabbit hole right now. Oh, something bad will happen if I go down that rabbit hole. That is a goal that is something that I want to talk about, but I'll talk about it if I ever achieve my goal. Because I don't think I can afford to talk about it before that. And I don't just mean my goal of reaching affiliate. That is not my end goal. That is the next checkpoint, if you so will. Or like, that is the boss of World 1. I am, or the first major stepping stone or achievement or whatever. But it's not my end goal. My end goal, for better or worse, I don't say, and I don't think I wanna or can make it as big as from other content creators like Iron Mouse or Alpha Red hmm, or for better or for a lack of more fitting examples, SMG4. All those people worth a million plus subs were super successful and stuff like that. Like, my goal is just to make it far enough that I can make a living of this. Like 100,000, 200,000 people, however, whatever it requires. I'm not doing it just for the money. I could do a phrasing. I could get a more traditional job if it was just for the money. I'm doing it because doing this is my passion, so of course I want to turn this passion into my job, you know? And yeah, there are things tied to this also that I don't think I can that I don't think I can, or I don't feel it's not that I don't think it'd be something bad would happen. I don't feel comfortable talking about those things until and hey, who knows? Maybe until I reach that point, which I hopefully will someday. Maybe until that happens, I won't have the urge to talk about it anymore to begin with. We don't know. Something that I do know though is that, that's something that I've been thinking about a lot. What until I do reach a stage where I'm happy with both in my artist YouTuber career and in my transition? What if until I reach those stages that I'm happy with, what is at that point won't be what I want anymore? But the thing is, I know for a fact that's something I've been thinking about so much, so many times for so long. I know that this is what I want, this will remain what I want, this because this has always been what I wanted. Ever since I was small. I told this story before. My aunt would every now and then print out some character line art, some empty stuff like that that we could color out, and my brother would always fill in the colors and stuff like that. Uh, most of the time accurate, sometimes it goes a little off topic. Yo. Look what I got! Non-alpha! So we gotta keep going. But I want the alpha. Oh, damn it. I do keep talking the whole time. I do keep... I am talking very often. And this keeps happening the whole time. Though, now that you came in and started talking to me, this is the first time this happened in like 20 minutes. Oh, something interesting that I found out when I caught little guy though, is that catching Pokemon unloads them for way longer time. Like, I stopped I would defeat those Houndour the whole time, so I have a few reloads without them bothering me. But they would respond too quickly. Defeating Pokemon, it takes maybe 10 minutes or so. I didn't really count. Maybe even less than 10 for them to respawn. But catching a Pokemon, it took nearly 20 minutes. Okay, not 20. But it took way over there. But it took at least 10 minutes for sure for it to finally spawn. 10 minutes full of reloads like this. And you see how quick I do those reloads. Yeah, catching lets them stay away for way longer. Which I thought about. What's your opinion? I need your opinion on this. I could catch, aka despawn all Pokemon except the Alpha Binacle, which would turn down the the overall shiny rate. Like, less Pokemon means less potential shinies. But it also means that if there is a shiny, it's more likely to be the Alpha Binacle, right? No, like, think of it like a gacha game. Yeah, but hear me out. Hear me out at least. Like, 3-star characters, all of them together have the 25% chance to appear. The less 3-stars there are, that won't make the overall chance. Wait, no, this doesn't make sense. Yeah, I thought of it like, if there's 10 characters in the... Because... Shut up already. I'm pissed. Like, now I'm really angry. I played Bonanza. Oh, speaking of Bonanza, I did the greatest. Mm, that's a pick. Bigger, bigger, bigger. DKs. I just hope I don't find a second shiny Binacle before I find the Alpha Binacle in shiny. Then again, I pretty much hope that none of the Pokemon that I already got in shiny appear a second time. So if anything, please let it be Baneri if I have to face again. What? It should. It's. Huh? It's not the recording that just froze. My TV screen also just turned black for a second. Like, now it's working normally again. But what the heck was that? My screen just went black, like completely black. That was weird. But yeah, you see, there are things I just can't talk about, that I just don't feel comfortable talking about. And when my brother comes in, obviously then we can talk about it. This is the best time to talk about him. Yeah, he would color out blah blah blah. I would just draw characters myself. Like, since kindergarten and grade school, like, they look bad if you look at them. Is it objectively or subjectively? Which one is without personal feelings and regards? I don't remember. But yeah, point is, obviously they didn't look good, but then I liked doing them. And my first... Okay, technically my second, but my first, not spur of the moment, actual lyric was like, in kindergarten, in grade school, like all other children, oh, wanna be king of the world, oh, wanna do that, wanna be firefighter, wanna do that, all those jobs that look cool and stuff, you know? One that was a bit weird for me because, like, we had... what was it called? Not Tuokonda, I don't know what it would translate into English. Not really physics or biology, like second, third, no, like third, fourth grade version of that, which was like, oh yeah, learning about rain turning water, then water because of the sun turning into air and then again into rain, or if you water plants, they grow and it takes time. And we also had little pots with seeds in class that we would water every day and watch them during class, like, you know. Then again, my elementary school, grade school, whatever you want to call it, is so what is, was, always has been, always will be a so-called Montessori school, so the way we learned things was a bit different, to be fair. Even within the same city and other schools. Yeah, thing is, we like basic understanding of the world in a way that 5 to 9-year-olds can understand it, you know? And when we were taught, hello again. Hold, hop, hop, hold. On one hand, I I can't keep talking about stuff when he comes in here. On the other hand, I had just remembered something important that I had to ask him. Oh, how the hell did it freeze? This time it was only the capture card that froze, not the actual one. Weird. Yeah, anyways, it was in 3rd grade we learned about the weather, um, and what temperatures are, Celsius, and stuff like that. And oh yeah, you can look at the clouds and stuff. And when there are a lot of dark clouds, it's gonna rain. That's how you know it, and stuff like that. And I had my parents had even bought me, because I became kind of fascinated with jump scare moment. Fun fact, I'm gonna have way more playtime than you have after finishing the entire main story. By the moment I will simply catch the shiny, not even finishing the game. Shut it. Oh, by the way, tomorrow I totally gotta see the Emerald Crush yourself. Oh, nope. I'm just kidding. It's not another shiny. By the way, interesting. In the hunt, I think at this point I've been at it for nearly 9 hours. I had my first phase 2 hours in with magic, with Hound Hour. Then three, then 3 hours in, aka 1 hour after Hound Hour with Magikarp. Then 6.5 hours in, it took me 3.5 extra hours after Magikarp to get the next shiny with the with a non-Alpha Binacle. Yeah, long story short, I'm kind of fascinated with the weather, so my parents got me I don't know how exactly call it, a children's weather station, something like it had that spinning thing that shows how strong the wind is and from where it comes. It had a thermometer. It Yeah, it was literally meant for children. So we had it outside in the balcony because that's where it's supposed to go, obviously. But yeah, it was rather bad toy because it broke from the sheer force of the wind. Not even super strong wind, but mind you, but it broke extremely quickly. Like extremely quickly. Yeah. For a while then, I was saying I was become a meteorologist. Because that's a super strange word I developed from that. I would I would look at the sky, not just the sky, honestly, um, the the sky, how it looks, the wind, how it is, kinda how moist the wind feels and stuff like that. Yes, I was goddamn 8 years old and I would pay attention to such small details and I would accurately, 80% of the time predict the weather. Like sometimes, smartphones were just starting to get developed back then, so obviously weather apps were kind of inaccurate back then, but even weather forecast in newspapers would be inaccurate sometimes, and I would be the one who's right. So I thought I had a knack for the weather, and that I'd become a meteorologist when I grew up. I quickly lost interest in that, however, because it was like a year, maybe not even a year later. Like I was still in elementary school, and for me, elementary school. See, that's the thing. Yeah, in some points, I know very little about how the world works, because I know school system is different in America, for example, but I don't even know if how it was for me, if it was only my school that was like that, or if it's every school in Germany that is like that. Like, there's a lot of stuff that I don't know that I would seem to be common knowledge. Point is, elementary was from first to fourth grade for me. Fifth grade was middle school. And yeah, that whole weather thing was in third grade. I know that for a fact. And it was still in elementary that the whole internet thing started. No fucking way. The second one. Don't applaud me on that. I'm devastated. Don't congratulate me on that. Goddamn. Did the game... Please tell me the capture card froze after I caught the shiny. Yeah, the catch research. It's on screen. Okay, why does it keep freezing the whole time? Great, second shiny Houndour. We're evolving this one. What level is my Houndoom? Because it's not an alpha, so it's the one I evolved. Level 27. Ooh. Gonna take some EXP candies that I do not want to give it. Because whatever EXP candy I have, I want to keep for the Alpha Binacle. Oh yeah, I'm not catching anything anyways. I want to keep Pokemon that I want. Whatever, until I catch the Alpha, I guess. Or the next. I want the shinies to be in order though. Screw it. I'll do it. I'll evolve it some other time. God damn it though. 2 hours into this. 7.5. Why do we find one shiny? Why do we need a lot of time for a shiny? For a phase? But then the immediately next phase after that is just an hour later always. Which means, whether it's a phase or not, our next shiny... Oh god damn it, it froze again! Okay, I'll keep unfreezing it, hopefully until it becomes daytime again. But once it becomes daytime, we're ending stream because I can't deal with this crap. Yeah, whether this is another phase or actually the shiny one, now it's gonna take at least 2 more hours. Because that's the pattern we've been... It froze... Yeah, you know what? You know what? Let's just... go to the bench. Take a photo with those... Oh, you're kidding me. Shit, you... Okay, I gotta fix the whole freezing thing, because the capture card lost connection, you didn't hear it, but I just heard another shiny. I immediately opened the menu. I don't know what shiny it is yet. Shoot. Hope, get back here. There's another shiny. There's yet another shiny. We're too far away. It's not the alpha. Oh my goodness, I love shinies in here. Luxury ball. Okay, and because I had the double sparkle, is there a shiny over here as well? Or was that because the radius that triggers that sound is here from the screen? Don't see another shiny. So it's safe to assume that, yeah, there are no other shinies, but it's safe to assume that the blue was the only. Oh, was the only shiny. Damn, literally... Hello, Jer. You came at it. Well, I don't know, terrible. You came at a weird time. Wait, how far are we in the stream? 217. Oh my goodness, how? So, just to explain it, I've been hunting for shiny Alpha Binacle for about 9 hours at this point. In total, not in one go. 2 hours in, we phased, phasing, we found a shiny which wasn't what we wanted. We phased and got a shiny Houndour. 3 hours in, aka just 1 hour later, 1 hour after the Houndour, we found a shiny Magikarp. 6.5 hours in, aka 3.5 hours after the Magikarp, we found a non-alpha shiny Binacle, which, while it looks awesome, I am specifically looking for a shiny alpha, so we keep going. 1 hour after the shiny Binacle, we found a second shiny Houndour, and I wanted to take a photo of those two on the park bench, like wrong button, like how I did yesterday for Houndour and Magikarp. I want to do a photo of Binacle and Houndour, the second Houndour. They even have 2 levels. And as I walk from the Houndour to the bench, literally 4 minutes after I catch the Houndour, shiny Baneri. 2 hours, 3 hours, 6.5 hours, 7.5 hours, 7 hours and 34 minutes. 4 minutes apart. How the... I'm crashing out. Oh my goodness, we caught nearly a full team of shinies and I still don't have what I want. I don't know how hard catching that legendary bug or whatever is, but I suppose in a sense at least you know my pain. So I want to end stream already, but I'm retelling a story right now. Like, I'm in the middle of a story, so I'm not gonna end stream until I finish that story. So, to catch you up with what I was saying, because you weren't there at the start. There are things. No, don't worry about having been busy today. I figured that this being a Tuesday at the start of the week, it's less likely for people to watch. But yeah, to get you up to speed to the story I was saying, there are things connected to me streaming, to me being a YouTuber, an artist and stuff like that. There's some unpleasant things with that I can't share yet. That it's not that something bad will happen if I talk about them, but I don't feel comfortable talking about them yet until I reach my goal and become big enough, not super famous or anything, but big enough that I can make a living off this. And how do I know that? And maybe until I reach that point, I won't even want to talk about them in these things anymore, because at that point they won't bother me anymore. At that point they won't matter to me anymore. So in the same sense, how do I know that until I reach that point, this is still what I want? How do I know that until I achieve my goal, that it will still be my wish to be a VTuber, or until I reach a point in my transition that I'm happy with myself, that I still want to transition. And that's the thing. Those are the two things that I know will always be something that I want. They are something that I want. They will remain something that I want. Me transitioning and me being a VTuber. Because they always have been something that I wanted. Yeah. I was talking a bit about my career wishes when I was still in elementary school, when I was 7, 8 years old. And that whole meteorologist thing, which was my biggest, I suppose, wish back then, it didn't last long. It was in the moment type of thing. Because I thought weather was cool and stuff like that. By the way, I said that as well, that I could very accurately predict the weather, and I said it's a quirk that I developed. I can still do it. Yes, apps, internet, stuff like that has developed to the point that it can also, that weather predictions are extremely accurate, but even without looking it up or anything, I can still, with a 90% accuracy, predict the weather correctly. No. Wait. It was, that's not another shiny. It's not another shiny Baneri. It's just the lighting looked weird. It's just the light. It was dark, I didn't see it. It's not another shiny. It's another shiny. It is. It's been 8 minutes. It's been 8 minutes. What the fuck? We caught an entire team of 6 shiny Pokemon. Those 3 all within 20 minutes of each other. Less than 20 minutes of each other. How? I might, if I... Look, 2 shiny Houndour and 2 shiny Baneri is fine, because one will stay a Houndour, one will I'll evolve into Houndoom, one will stay a Baneri, one I'll evolve into Lopunny. But if I catch a third one, I might actually make a giveaway out of it. Shiny giveaway is probably also good people, to lure people into the stream, I guess. I'm so shocked I can't even keep up my voice anymore. What the hell? Anyway, to continue with my story. I just want to finish my story and end stream. How the hell? Can't. Okay, the Pikachu isn't shiny. Those two aren't shiny, but now I gotta run away. Yeah. Me predicting the weather is a strange quirk I developed. And it was during the same time, around the same time, that we got internet access at home. By the way, props on me for in complete blackness, because not only was it nighttime, but you see there are areas filled by shadows in the game, and I still correctly recognized the shiny. I'm telling you, I didn't know what shinies were until Pokemon Sun and Moon. Like, I was playing Pokemon for 3 years at that point, and I didn't know that shinies even existed. But in those last 2 years, I've become very good at recognizing and hunting shinies. Well, okay, have I become good at hunting shinies? Apparently not, if you look at this. Yeah, look. Around the same time, either way, we got internet access at home, and I discovered YouTube, I discovered DeviantArt, and I saw people post their comics, post their animations, and sharing it with the world. And from that moment, I knew, like, I was 8 or something. From that moment, I knew I want to do that as well, to make stuff my own about something that I love and show it to others. I didn't know that you could do that as a job back then. I just knew that was something I wanted to do. Then YouTube came around in 2010, and I saw people upload Let's Plays, and Let's Plays obviously are not unlike simple walkthroughs. Let's Play. Wait, does it mean there's... Wait, because I caught the shiny here, that other one forcibly respawned, I suppose, because logically there should have been only a single Baneri here right now. And yeah, Let's Play, people talk the whole time, like how streamers do nowadays. Let's Players are the predecessors to streamers from 10 years ago, I suppose. Heck, Twitch didn't exist back then. And those were, the people talking, those were adults. So I thought, my brain back then thought, okay, if those are adults that are doing this, that this is their job. And okay, obviously it was, I was right about it. Well, it eventually, being a YouTuber eventually became a profession. And since back then, since I was 10 years old, I knew, like, no matter what I was supposed, like, when teachers asked me, what do you want to be when you grow up? There was a correct answer that I was supposed to say. There was, when my parents, there was certain things that they wanted me to be when I grew up. But we had a task in 5th grade on our first day when we got enrolled in middle school. Our first task was to write a letter that would remain sealed. The teachers collected it, then they got then locked in the principal's office, remained sealed. It was a letter that no one was supposed to read except us 6 years later when we graduated. And back then, it was so we would see how much we changed, how much our expectations and stuff like that changed, because from 5th to 10th grade, obviously a lot of stuff we changed as persons. A lot of stuff we forgot and stuff like that. But I always remembered it, what I wrote down, because that was a secret letter that no one would ever see. No one did ever see aside from myself. And I always remembered it throughout the entirety of middle school. I asked myself, 10-year-old me wrote it down. Did you become a YouTuber yet? And I never forgot. And ever since when I graduated middle school, obviously they gave us those letters back, so we would be super surprised and emotional about what we wrote as kids, but like, I could remember what I wrote. So it didn't really surprise me. It just saddened me a bit, because that was the time where I had kind of given up on that. Like, I wanted to do that, but my parents told no, nothing. You do nothing that has to do with the internet, because then through the internet, if you make a video or something, it will stay up forever and people will find out and stalk you and hunt you down and whatever. Which, okay, internet was still pretty new back then, and I was just a kid, so not unwarranted concerns, I suppose. But also classmates of mine, pre-puberty child, mind you, tell me my voice is way too squeaky, way too annoying. No one would want to watch if I ever made a YouTube video. Why the hell is it that I still remember the hurtful things people told me as a kid? Whatever. The point is that from making comics and sharing them to becoming a YouTuber, to when Twitch came around and streams became a thing, to becoming a streamer, to then when VTubers started existing and trending, and how easy it was for everyone to become a YouTuber, to that being, to wanting to be a VTuber because that way I can still stay anonymous, because you see my model, you don't see the person behind the screen. And I don't want you to see the person behind the screen. Don't talk about the fact that I posted that my face is visible on the Konichi pics. That doesn't count, okay? That is different. That I do that in different lighting. So yeah, well, the exact definition, it's what I wrote in the description of my first video yesterday. Though the exact definition has changed, that dream has always been there. That dream to share my passion, to make that thing that I love so much, to make that my work. So I know that this will never leave me. I know that this is my true wish, my true longing. And transitioning as well. Obviously, I only started questioning myself 3 years ago. I only accepted myself last year, but still, I won't talk about it in detail now. I won't say any examples now, but once you do things in a different lighting, you realize a lot of things, like countless moments. Like, okay, I suppose that countless moments in my life that were signs that I never understood meant that. And I suppose, yeah, don't worry. I'm talking a bit all over the place. I suppose I'm just saying things for the sake of letting it out and for the sake of saying it, not really to make it understandable. Sorry about that. But yeah, there were countless moments that, thinking back, always pointed to the fact that I might be trans. And well, turns out I am. Like, there, there are two examples that I'm willing to share at this moment. Like, maybe someday, okay, not maybe, someday I will talk about it in detail. But for the time being, there are two things that I want to share. One thing being, I strongly always believed, still do believe, in supernatural stuff, like there being multiple parallel universes, timelines, and stuff like that. So I would always imagine, what would my life be like if I didn't like video games, or what would my life be like if I grew up in Greece instead of Germany, or the thing that has ever since the earliest I remember, 6th grade, like I was 11 years old back then, and that is the earliest I do remember. Who knows what happened before then? Ever since then, up until before, well, no, that's true. I still do it sometimes. I would imagine, what would have my life been like? How different would it have been if I had been born as a girl? Putting so much thought into it, like thinking complete days as I lived them. Like, I just returned from school, I just did my homework, ate lunch, ate dinner, going to sleep while lying. Hold on. Can ya leave for maybe 5 more minutes so I finish my story, then I'll finish streaming, I promise. I've been trying to tell a story. It's not my fault you keep coming into the room. Oh, by the way, fuck my life. 4 minutes later, 5 minutes later. My brother came in, had to tell him off. Yeah, it's not a random thing. I would lie in bed, and instead of trying to fall asleep, I would lie there and thinking about the exact day that I just lived through, but with the difference that in that imagination I was a girl. That's not a normal thing, or a common thing, let's say, to do, to imagine for years upon years. Yeah. It's hard not realizing it, and once you realize it, it becomes painful. Like, at least before like, those thoughts, I always had them, but at least before I was oblivious to them. since 3 years ago, when I finally realized it, I'm not oblivious to them anymore. Now they actually hurt. And the second thing, like, this was something deep. The second thing that I'm willing to share, it's actually something funny. Like, when I first, what, I think I was, yeah, it was still in elementary school. I don't remember. 7 or 8 years old. I don't remember how old exactly I was back then. But when I first found out about uh, gay people, when I first discovered and learned what homosexuality is, because though my life before that, I the only thing that I knew, and well, the only thing that I was told and was considered normal back then, was boys liking girls, girls liking boys. But when I first found out about that's genuinely funny how weird my mind works about homosexuality, I sort of misunderstood it. I knew boys liking boys is called gay and girls liking girls is called lesbian. So my mind, I don't, the beauty and innocence of a child's mind, I suppose that is, I understood it and explained it to myself as liking boys is gay and liking girls is lesbian. So in my mind, all girls. That that was funny. I'm kind of embarrassed saying that because it's so cringy, but whatever. All girls were gay and all boys were lesbian. In other words, when I was a kid, I would think of myself, oh, that means I'm lesbian, which which was quickly denied. Let's put it that way, because no, I'm a boy. I'm not a lesbian for liking girls. Well, joke's on them. Joke's on them. I was right after all. So many years later, and what turns out, okay, I suppose like some trans kid, but turns out I was right. That is one of the funniest, stupid childish interpretations I ever did, honestly. So yeah, I kinda drifted off a bit, but my point is, think in my interests and my likes, even my taste in food, like literally changed a lot. I, it's a normal thing for stuff like that to change with time. But I don't have to worry, and I don't worry. I genuinely, that's the one thing I don't worry about, is whether me being trans or me being a YouTuber and an artist, whether that will ever change. Because I know for a fact that even before I understood it, even before I knew it, I always wanted it. That was always my truth. I like saying it like that, not it's always been my wish, it's always been my thing. It's always been my truth. That is the one truth for me. That's why I don't give up on either of those two things. Pretty hectic day. Let's just run through. No shine alpha. We'll continue the hunt tomorrow. It's 10:30 p.m. I have to wake up early for university tomorrow. I hate that. I hate the fact that I have to wake up early and the fact that I have to go to university, but that's a different story. So nearly 10 hours into the hunt. Where's the... Can they please all come to me? Is there a way for me to get them to spawn right in front of me? I want to take a picture of all four, you know. I suppose that is the way. Yeah, that is a good picture. Uh, we shiny hunted for nearly 3 hours today, and we found four shinies that we weren't looking for. Well, this will be all for today. Tomorrow, I'll I'll try streaming earlier. I won't stream at 6 p.m. I ideally will stream at 2 p.m. if possible. And I know a lot of people won't be able to see it. I know probably no one is gonna tune into that stream, but it doesn't matter because I won't continue playing this game until I catch that shiny alpha. And since I don't play this game off stream, I only play it on stream, means that me even shiny hunting is tied to me streaming. So because it's a rather boring stream in a sense to begin with, I'll just keep streaming as often and as much as possible just so I can get that alpha shiny as soon as possible. So yeah, that being said, this is all for today. We did quite a lot. We streamed for almost 5 hours. We played Bonanza and got the event rewards. We shiny hunted and unsuccessfully caught four shinies that I didn't want. Now we have an entire team of shinies that I didn't want. But yeah, we're ending this now. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you, Jer, for tuning in so late in, well, no, different time zones and all. I don't know what time it is for you. But yeah, thank you anyway for tuning in and listening to my ramble. And yeah, I'll be live again in, I suppose, wait, 11 p.m., 14, 15, in about 15 and a half hours. So yeah, until then, Astrala, bye bye.